Welcome mathematicians to today's video. In this video I'll be looking at stem and leaf plots, looking at some basic applications and also some comparisons of distributions. So let's jump into a stem and leaf plot. So our scenario, we have 3 Year 10 math classes sat a test, the results of which are shown in the below table. So we have Class A and their percentage scores, Class B their percentage scores, and Class C their percentage scores. So task 1 is to construct individual stem and leaf plot for each of the 3 Year 10 math classes. Task 1A, construct a stem and leaf plot for Class A. So this is the physical structure of a stem and leaf plot. It's a table that has one column under the heading of a stem and the second column under the heading of leaf. The number 12 is represented by a stem of 1, meaning 10, and a leaf of 2. So the 1 and 2 together represent the number 12. So I've got a key here, 1/2, stem/leaf equals 12%. So the number 12 is represented by a stem of 1 and a leaf of 2. Number 25, a stem of 2 and a leaf of 5. Now when you've got more than 1/20s in a list, you list from the center at the smallest and going outwards to the largest. So 25 was listed first, followed by 27 with a stem of 2 and a leaf of 7. 34 has a stem of 3 and a leaf of 4. 35 has a stem of 3 and a leaf of 5. Adding in a 36, stem of 3 and a leaf of 6. Into the 40s, 42, a 4 and a 2. 44 is a stem of 4 and a leaf of 4. 47, I add the 7. 48, I add the 8. 49, I add the 9. Notice we're moving from the smallest 40s outwards to the largest 40s, from the center outwards in order of smallest to largest. 51 goes in, followed by 52, 52, 55, 56, 6 and a 3 for 63, 68, 69, 7 and a 2 for 72, 77, and 8 and a 4 for 84. And there we have our Class A stem and leaf plot, representing all the numbers from a score of 12 right up to the score of 84. Task 1B, construct a stem and leaf plot for Class B. So here's our data for Class B, ranging from a score of 2% up to 91%. So we follow the same process again. As always, we write a key next to our stem and leaf plot to indicate what our scales represent. So first of all, a 0 and a 2 represents 2%. Second score, 15, has a stem of 1 and a leaf of 5, or 1/5 represents 15. Followed by 17. Again, when we've got the same stem, a 1 here for 15 and 17, we start with the innermost number being the smallest and the outermost number being the largest. So that's a 1 and a 7 for our 17. 2 and a 4 for our 24, 2 and a 5 for our 25, and 2 and a 6. There's all our 20s with our stem of 2 and our various leaves. 33 is a 3 and a 3, 34, 36, and 38. Again, starting at the smallest nearest the stem and our largest numbers furthest away. 41, 42, 43, 54, 55, 66, 73, 82, and 91. And there we have our completed stem and leaf plot for Class B. Task 1C, construct a stem and leaf plot for Class C, our final class. So here's our framework for our stem going from 0 down to 9 and our leaf to be filled in. So 0,3 represents a 3%, a stem of 1 and a leaf of 2 represents 12, stem of 2 and a leaf of 2 is 22, 3 and a 2 is 32, 4 and a 4 is 44, and a 45. Again, put our smallest number nearest the stem, and we go further out to the right for our larger numbers, the leaf. 5 and a 3 for 53, followed by a 5 and a 6 for 56, and a 57, 66 once, 66 twice, 68, 69, 72, 74, and 82. And there we have our completed stem and leaf diagrams for Class A, B, and C. Our next task, task 2, is to construct a back-to-back stem and leaf plot comparing classes B and C. So here we have Class B's data and Class C's data. This is what a back-to-back stem and leaf looks like. So we have a common stem down the middle, and I've placed Class B on the right-hand side. So the data goes 2, 1 and 5 is 15, 1 and 7 is 17, so it's following across left to right, smallest number, right down to 91, our largest number is the last bit of data for Class B. And on the left-hand side, I've got Class C. Now it also travels from the smallest number nearest the stem to the largest number out of the stem. So if I look at the 60s, I've got here a 66, 66, 68, and 69. However, it's a mirror image to Class B. It follows the same rule in that it starts at the center and moves out, except on Class B we're moving out to the right, Class C, we're moving out to the left. So this data represents 0, 3 is a 3%, a 1 and a 2 is 12, a 2 and a 2 is 22, and a 3 and a 2 is 32, and so forth. So this is a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. Task 3. I want to construct a 5-number summary for classes B and C. So here's our 5-number summary. It contains the minimum, the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and the maximum. Same for class B. Now let's look at these. We'll go through each at a time, comparing our back-to-back stem and leaf plot. So first of all, class C has a minimum number of 3, 0, 3. Class B has a minimum number of 0, 2, number 2. The next easiest one, our other bookend, is our maximum. Class C has a maximum of an 8 and a 2 for 82, whereas Class B has a maximum of a 9 and a 1 for 91. Let's now look at our middle position, our median score. So here, Class C, we can see, has 16 numbers going across from left to right, ranging from 3 to 82. So n is 16. 16 plus 1 gives me 17 divided by 2. Tells me that the median number will be the 8.5th score. So it's between the 8th and the 9th score. So I count from the lowest number like we normally do to find the median. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, start in the middle, 6, 7, start in the middle, 8. So the 8th and 9th, in between here is where we'll find the 8.5th score. We've got 56 and 57. The middle point between 56 and 57 gives us a median of 56.5. On the right hand side, we've got Class B having 19 students ranging scores from 2 to 91. 19 plus 1 gives me 20 over 2. That tells me the median score will be the 10th score. It's not a halfway between two number median. This is an actual number. So it's the 10th score. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the median number for Class B is a 3, 8. That's 38. Now we want to look at our first quartile, which really is the median of the bottom half scores. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bottom half scores. 8 plus 1 is 9 divided by 2 is the 4.5 score. So that means our median is between the 4th and the 5th score. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be our 5th. So it's the average between 32 and 44. 32 plus 44 divided by 2 gives us a quartile 1 of 38. On our right hand side for Class B, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bottom half numbers. And 9 plus 1 is 10 divided by 2. The median of the bottom half, that is Q1, will be the 5th score. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting from the inner side moving out. So this is a score of 25. So for Class B, quartile 1 is 25. Now just like Q1, the first quartile, is the midpoint of the bottom half number, Q3 is the midpoint or the median of the top half number. So here is our midpoint. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. 8 plus 1 is 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So it's between the 4th and the 5th score of the top half numbers. 1, 2, starting at the middle, 3, 4. So between 68 and 69. The average of 68 and 69, when I add them together and divide by 2, is 68.5. So our third quartile for Class C is 68.5. On the right hand side, looking at Class B, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers in our top half of data. 9 plus 1 is 10 divided by 2 is the 5th score in our top half. So we start at the middle and we work out 1, 2, 3, back to the middle, 4, 5. So 55 is the median of the top half numbers, or what we call our third quartile, Q3. So there's our 5-number summary for our Class C and our 5-number summary for Class B. Task 4. We want to classify the shape of the distribution for each of these 3 classes. Let's classify the shape of distribution for Class A. If we were to rotate this 90 degrees anti-clockwise, suddenly this looks much more like the columns of a histogram. I can fill those in yellow. You can see this outer shape is symmetrical. If I were to fold it in the middle, the left-hand side is a mirror image or close to that of the right-hand side. So this distribution is classified as symmetrical. This is a symmetrical distribution. Let's look at Class B. Once again, if I were to rotate our stem and leaf plot 90 degrees counterclockwise, and then turn that into a histogram, you would see our distribution looks different. If this distribution were symmetrical, it would go up and create a mirror image on the right-hand side. However, as you can see, there's considerable data to the right of this dotted line. This is representing a positive tail on our data. When you have a positive tail, that is data that continues beyond a symmetrical arrangement to the higher numbers to the right, this is called a positively skewed distribution. Once again, this positive tail that extends beyond the symmetrical line represents positively skewed data. Finally, let's classify the shape of distribution for Class C. Here's our stem and leaf plot. Let's rotate that 90 degrees to the left and create ourselves a histogram. This is the reverse. If this data was symmetrically distributed, we'd find it would finish with this dotted line here. This distribution has a negative tail, an extension of numbers that go towards the zero origin or towards the negative side of a graph. So this classification represents a negatively skewed distribution. It is negatively skewed. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video has helped you understand how to make a stem and leaf plot, how to analyze a 5-number summary from a stem and leaf plot, how to construct a back-to-back stem and leaf plot, and also how to classify the distribution of data from a stem and leaf plot. If you've learned something from this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.